Ladies and gentlemen, we have Shane O'Neill with us at the mix zone. If anybody would like to ask Shane a question, please raise your hand quickly. Shane, before we begin, why don't you please just give us your thoughts on the match and how things went tonight?
I feel like they hit us with a sledgehammer in the first half, and it was just, I felt like we matched it in the first few minutes, but it was just relentless, and they kind of just got a stranglehold on us. We couldn't really get out of our own half. They were out-dueling us, winning a lot of second balls, and we kind of had to be perfect defensively, and obviously we weren't, and so then we were punished. So that's what's frustrating about tonight. I think the most frustrating thing about tonight is it just, I think they wanted a little bit more than us, and I don't know if that's whether they were the home team or whatnot, but it just felt like they wanted it that extra bit, and we had to, like I said, we had to run the perfect race defensively, and we certainly didn't do that. So we were severely punished. I'm sorry, I can't hear.
Hold on, we're having some technical difficulties here.
Okay, I can hear you.
Dylan, it looks like you're ready to go now. Go ahead, please, Dylan.
Yep. Hey, Shane, how are you?
Hey.
Just following up on your comment, you mentioned sort of how they came out. Was that a bit of a surprise? So much was made of the guys they were missing with Darlington and Pedro Santos, and maybe they would sit back and maybe absorb some punches, hit you on the counter. Were you surprised at maybe how aggressive they were from the start?
No, I mean, definitely not surprised in the sense of because they were missing guys. I think it was just they came with real vigor, they really did. I mean, I think it was just for us, we just couldn't get out of our own half. We couldn't move the ball cleanly, and like I said, I wouldn't say it was a surprise. It was just so relentless. It was tough to match it. I think that's the only thing is it was wave after wave, and credit to them. They were super relentless tonight.
Is there anybody else with a question for Shane O'Neill? Okay, Shane, thank you very much for your time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have Cristian Roldán from Seattle Sounders FC with us. Remember, if you'd like to ask a question, to please raise your hand, and we'll get to you as we can. Cristian, could you first give us your thoughts on the match tonight?
Difficult match altogether. Felt like in the first half we didn't do a good enough job getting the second balls, and I would have loved to be more aggressive in the attack and commit more numbers forward. And obviously we gave up 2 goals, and you dig yourself in a hole and make it really difficult to get back into the game.
First question will go to Dylan Butler. Dylan, go ahead, please.
Hey, Cristian, Shane was on before, Shane O'Neill was on before, and he mentioned that he felt like it seemed that maybe Columbus wanted it more, by winning those duels, by getting those second balls. He said it was kind of felt like a sledgehammer in that first half. Do you have a similar mindset to that?
Yeah, I think when you're at home, there's that extra edge, and unfortunately, I felt like they brought it, and they came out hotter than us, and they executed the second ball, and that is crucial. And then you saw the opposite, in the second half. I felt like we wanted it more, and in that regard, unfortunate to not score one of those chances, and it could have been 2-1, and we would be talking about a completely different game.
Next, we'll go to Jada Evans, and following Jada will be Alonso Contreras. Jada, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, good, thanks. Thanks. I wanted to ask, though, kind of going back to that first half, it seemed like y'all were caught off guard. Is that also the way that you would describe it?
Certainly, I felt like, they did a really good job of their center mid pressing up against myself and Zhao and making it really difficult to turn. We needed to do a better job of being more composed and finding the weak side 10, which would have been JJ or Nico. And unfortunately, I tried to calm it down. I went in deep for the ball, and we weren't able to do so because the second balls, even when we played direct. So they certainly brought it, and I think in the second half we saw a different Seattle, the Seattle that we're used to, and unfortunately it was a little too late.
Okay, now we'll go to Alonso Contreras, and following Alonso will be Matt Pence. Alonso, go ahead with your question, please.
Thank you. Hi, Christian. Were you guys expecting an aggressive first 15 minutes from Columbus Crew that put kind of the team on a lack of reaction?
Yeah, I think we were expecting it. I didn't think we really had the answers to solve it. Them pushing their center mid a little bit higher, showing a little bit more aggression. We needed to be more composed, like I said, but we expected it. We've been here before. We've played 3 away MLS Cups, and we're not doing ourselves a favor by playing 3 out of the 4 MLS Cups away. So we have to do a better job in the regular season. But we expected it. Columbus is a good team, and we just didn't have the answers on the field.
Okay, our last question will go to Matt Pence. Matt, go ahead when you're ready, please.
Christian, I was just wondering what the vibe was like in the locker room at halftime, with you guys coming off a comeback where it seemed like everybody had a lot of belief that they could pull that off. I was wondering if you guys had a similar vibe tonight, or just what that kind of group talk was like at the break.
Yeah, I think we were optimistic, obviously, coming back from 2-0 against Minnesota. We had more time in this game. Felt like we deserved at least one, to make it a game. And really unfortunate, I think, to not score one. But I felt like everybody was pretty optimistic about our chances, and at least getting back into the mix of it. And so the patience was there in the locker room at halftime, and we unfortunately just didn't execute that last pass and that last shot.
Great. Christian, thank you very much for your time.